Alright, so this is going to be how you add a virtual machine and install the Windows OS onto the virtual machine. Just make sure you guys have admin permission before you guys do this. You guys can contact your PMs to give you the admin permissions. Basically, the admin permissions allow you to do it so far. This is the only way we have found out how to get virtual machines up and running for you guys. So for the PMs, what they would do would they would go in here, edit members, and they would add one of your names so you guys could have access to Virtual Machine Manager. After that, you guys will hit create. You guys would create a operating system. It would be Windows 10. You guys will select this hard drive right here. Either one doesn't matter. Let's just name this. And the number of CPUs doesn't really matter. I like to go for 2. We don't need to have a lot of things running. You can go for 4. Some people have used 16. It really depends on how fast you want it to run. For this example, we can just have 16. We want 50 gigs of virtual space in our disk. That will give it enough storage to download the operating system as well as some other files if you need to. The default VM network is where we're going to be running this. The iOS file for boot up, this is where we select our Windows 10 operating system. It's going to be in storage B. Under operating systems, it will be the 64-bit one. From here, you can have this selected as the guest tool, or you can have it unmounted. For this example, we'll just have it with the guest tool. Legacy BIOS is recommended, although you could use the UEFI. The only problem with that is that if you do use the UEFI, the minute you turn on your virtual machine, switch over to the browser and hit whatever button, normally escape or enter, to get it up and running. But for this example, we'll use Legacy BIOS. You can set permissions for certain people. For me, I'm just going to be selecting myself just because I'm the only one who's going to be on here, just for the example. Make sure everything's correct. Power on the virtual machine after creation. After that, it will be created and we will get the virtual machine. It should be powering on. As it's powering on, it's preparing. The minute it has running, go ahead and connect to it. We'll connect to it real quick. Failed to connect with the server. There we go. After that, it will give you the activate Windows with the product key. Say we do not have a product key. And after that, you will select which operating system you want to install. For this example, we're going to go with Windows 10 Pro. Windows 10 Pro will give you all the features that we need to do the lab. If you select home, you won't be able to create a user group as well. And education, you also won't be able to create a user group. Accept the conditions. For this, you'll do custom install since we're installing Windows. If we were already having Windows installed, we would choose upgrade, but we don't. So we're gonna install onto our 50 gig virtual disk. And from here, the Windows would be installed. After that, you really just wait for it, and then it will pop up with the whole welcome to Windows application. You would select what kind of keyboard you want, etc., etc. If you want Cortana, for example. I will go to the next part where a lot of people have been running into, oh, do I have to use a Microsoft account? I'll do that part next. Fuck my life. I want to die. Oh, I want to drop out so bad. Hurry the fuck up. I'm just trying to get some food. Alright, so now once the system reboots, you select whatever country you're from or whatever region you're from. We're from the United States of America. Yeah. And we like our keyboards in English for some reason. It'll skip with the second keyboard layout. And now it's just some important setups. This is where a lot of people tend to mess up and think they have to put in a Microsoft account. You could put in a Microsoft account if you want to, but we don't really need to. Maybe we'll set it up for organizational use. Yeah, so we'll do domain join, and then whoever's going to use this computer will say, for me, it'll just be my name. And a rememberable password, we're just going to do catjam. And you'll answer all these security questions. My first pet's name was Corey Fike. And childhood nickname was Rick Cruz. And security question. First school I ever attended was the school of Paulina. We'll decline Cortana. Sure, why not? You can select any of these settings, but that's pretty much how you get past the Microsoft account. You'll do set up an organization and domain join. That way you could set up your group policies, your multiple accounts, and user groups as well. And while this takes up time to set up, we'll be looking into the features of using some of the features that people were missing when trying to make a user group. But for now, this is pretty much how you install Windows. So a lot of the things that people have asked is to how to make a user group. So you can go to Control Panel. You can type in computer management system. And I guess it's in administrative tools. There we go. Computer management. If it opens. There we go. And a lot of people weren't having this. Local users and groups. This is what you guys need to make a user group within Windows. So for there, you'll have groups, you'll have users. Looks like all the users are right here, and these are all the groups. That is one of those tasks in the lab that you guys need to do. The next one is, how do you guys look up group policy? So one of those things is you can just look up group policy. You can edit group policy. And what Corey wants us to do is disable browser, disable password change, etc. So for that, we'll go to user configurations, go down here to administrative templates, if I can even show you guys. And from there, you guys will select some templates of what people can do. So network connections, you can go over here and scroll over to the various amounts. You will find what you're looking for. You can prohibit the use of adding and removing components for a LAN. You guys will just look at those templates and just decide amongst yourselves which ones you guys need or which ones he's asking you guys to do. I want you guys to look over all of these. If you guys can find it yourselves, then great. You need help, then use Google. But there's a whole bunch of them. You guys can definitely find the information on where to find the password change, where to find the disable browsers template, all of that. You can pretty much add anything here. It'll tell you a description as well. And I think all you have to do is that. edit it. You will enable it, configure it yourselves, do next setting. Yeah, you guys will figure that out on your own. Use resources if you guys can. Google is your friend. That's pretty much it. I can't really tell you guys anything else. Breadcrumbs. So good luck.